Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how I make my very own fajitas. So let's get going so I can show you what ingredients you'll need to make this recipe. So here are all of the ingredients. We've got about 500 grams of chicken that I've already diced up. We have red onion, some seasoning mix, El Paso, and then from order of most used to least we've got seasonal, chicken seasoning, some crushed chilies, garlic granules, Italian herbs, basil, and finally some ground black pepper. We've got a chicken stock cube that you'll be using about half of, and we have some Philadelphia garlic and herbs. I usually use about half, but it's up to preference. Some milk, I usually use semi-skimmed, but that's also preference. And last but not least, some tortillas. So when your chicken is almost fully cooked through, that's when you want to start adding all your seasonings. I'm starting off here with the chopped up chicken stock cube, about half of it, but if you want to use more you can, or if you want to use less you can. Once that chicken stock cube is nicely dissolved throughout your chicken, you want to start using your herbs. So first of all, we're using seasonal. This is the one you'll be using most of in this recipe. Just get a nice even coat over your chicken. Next up is the paprika and lemon chicken seasoning. Just get a nice light coat over your chicken for this one. Now next is garlic granules. This one is totally up to taste depending on how much you like garlic. You can either use more or less. You can also use fresh garlic in this recipe if you prefer doing so. For this recipe I use about 4 pinches of the garlic granules. Next up is the Italian herbs. I use about 3 pinches of this in my recipe. Next is basil. So for basil you just want a light taste of this herb, so I use about 1 pinch. If you favour the taste of basil then you can use more. And last but not least, some ground black pepper. You just want a very light coat, about 1 pinch. Once you've added all of these herbs and seasonings, just mix it until all the chicken is coated with each seasoning. Next you want to add your onions and any other vegetables that you choose to have in this recipe, and just mix that through. Now you add your fajita seasoning mix in. I find it easier, rather than just putting it all in one place, to spread it evenly over the chicken. It also ensures that each piece of chicken has a good amount of it on. And I also add a couple of squirts of oil to aid mixing, as it's quite a dry season. While mixing in the seasoning mix, I had a friend call, so it went quite dry, but to rectify it I just added a tiny bit of milk. Next up is the Philadelphia. So for this recipe I use about 2 tablespoons of Philadelphia, and then I mix it in until it's all melted down. Next up is the milk. Just add the milk gradually and keep on mixing it until you're happy with the consistency of the sauce. Last but not least, I add the crushed chilies. The reason I add this last is it gives the chilies a chance to sort of infuse into the sauce rather than just the chicken. The amount of chilies you put in is also up to taste. You can add as many as you want or as little as you want, and you can even add none at all. It's entirely up to you. Now just let your sauce simmer on a nice low heat while you prepare your tortillas. Hope you enjoyed this recipe and get the chance to try it out. If you do, let me know in the comment section below. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future content.